Star Trek ship review. Today I feel like going with a review of the Temporal escort. So let's head down. So I'm starting off in here just because I can show you the customization options as well. Now, don't you just hate it when you call a lift? It just takes too long. So, what are you supposed to do? The lift is obviously busy. There's a lot of people in this starbase. See loads of people. So what do you do? Well, I will tell you exactly what you do. Right where you need to be. Excellent choice. So, the ship, like I said, I'm reviewing is, and I'll see in the title, is the Temporal escort. It's a lovely little ship, obviously more suited for a tactical officer. But let's take you on to the customization skills. So when you unpack it, it will look similar to this, or it would look this. Okay, a little bit different. A little bit different, as you can see. A little bit different because I had some shader on there. There we go. So yeah, so it will look like this. But there is obviously the other customization option that you have, which is the Perseus. So, without further ado, if you like the 26th century ships, cool, stick with it. But if you like the old-fashioned look, you can swap it out. Obviously it does cost real money for the ship, but you can swap it out for this lovely girl. So actually, let's get rid of that. Let's go to the right one. There we go. So I normally have this ship in this format because I actually prefer it. I think it looks a lot nicer. I'm a little bit of a sucker for the old-fashioned ships as well. Never actually watched the original series programs, but I like the style of the ships. So this is it. So you do have all these other window options. You actually don't have anything. But material-wise, now like I said, this is the fleet variant, so I have got the fleet the fleet materials on here, which some of them actually are quite nice, such as the Fleet 2. It actually has quite a nice look to it. The only thing I would actually change in this is the deflector. That would be the only thing, because I think the rest of it is a pretty sturdy looking ship when you're given this material. So you have quite a few. Obviously you have your standards there as well, all the way down. Obviously the standard that you come with is a Type 8 with this ship. You have an upgrade, or you have the veteran. To be honest, I think I still prefer the Fleet Type 2. However, for this, I'm just going to stick with that. So obviously you have all the ones that you'd usually have, and the ones that you can buy. Again, I like to stay with the original. So let's look at that. So they're the customizations options. There's not a huge amount. You know, there's you want to change the style of your ship, or just change the material. So let's get going. Let's return to the ship. Let's have a look. Now, I've used it quite a lot before. It's not one of the escorts I actually directly go for, because there are some slightly better ones out there. So let's give you a look. I'm just going to need to get rid of that because I don't want that on there. Don't like the visuals of them. So hold on there, pups. What I'm going for. So I'll give you a quick look on the weapons I have. Now, before anyone says, or if you don't know and you're new to Star Trek, stick to one energy type. So these may actually look like I've got multiple energy types and even phaser types mixed with disruptors, but they're not. They are all disruptor types. They're just from reputations, C-store, and craftables. So what I'm running on here at the moment, I've only actually just added the saboteurs. But normally what I have is the 4 weapons, which have the dual heavies, and normally where the saboteurs is, I have another let's just do that so I don't upset people. There we go. So I normally have another crafted one with penetration, right? But I'm going to see what it's like with this. So yeah, Terran Task Force, you can get that for the reputation. Just upgrade your Terran Task Force, keep doing your reputation tasks for it, and you will eventually come across it. But obviously the good effect with this disruptor cannon, this dual heavy disruptor cannons, is that the weaker your target gets, the more damage is, the more the hull decreases, gives you up to 200% damage at 25% hull. So the weaker it gets, the stronger they get, which is really, really decent. If I could just have all of them, I would just have all of them. It's pretty good. Right, so disruptor turrets on the back, I just have a standard disruptor turret that I've crafted with penetration on it. A heavy biomolecular disruptor turret, which is from the reputation, which is from the 8472 counter command. Now, I thought I had another crafted one with penetration on, but it turns out I didn't, so I've just slapped that on there for now. Standard devices, your matter capacitor, and your subspace field modulator. I've got the Fleet Advanced Resilient Shield, because it gives that nice 5% absorption instead of 10% bleed through. Got the railgun. I've got the Advanced Position Deflector, which gives you all of the following there. If you need to stop, you can just, if you're watching it on YouTube, you can just pause and view it from there. So there's your abilities. So then it's the assimilated supple trans-warp engines, which again, I'm not going to read them all out. I'm just going to let you pause if you can. Obviously there are sets to it. Some of these abilities are pretty good. Take it all the way down. There we go. So, next I have Elite Fleet Plasma Integrated Warp Core. This one is more designed for your weapon systems, so that helps me out a lot, especially being on an escort. That's what you want. You want to be able to pump out that lovely DPS. It's a DPS build. It's not a tank. It's not anything else. It's not an exotic damage ship. It is pure DPS. And then you have the weapons capacitor, which is a good little boost. So what I've got on here, I've just got the engineering console. So I have the Bounty Hunter's Friend, which gives obviously the 37.5 energy damage resistance, with a 28.1 Starship Shield Restoration, and a minus 10% weapon cost. So obviously the lower it costs for your weapons, the better it is. And then you have these up here as well, but I'm not bothering with them at the moment. So then the reinforced armaments, which gives me 66.7% power transfer rate. Obviously the quicker you can transfer your power, the better it's going to be. Plus 25 Starship Hull Restoration, which is obviously hull healing, and a plus 25 Starship Hull Capacity, which is obviously your overall hit points. Again, you then have your other sets right here. Again, you can pause just to read them all through. I then have the weapon sensor enhancer, which I actually use because it has a good accuracy rating. Also, it's got a plus 40 accuracy rating. It's got a plus 40 Starship ablative hull plating, improves kinetic and physical damage, and a plus 40 Starship control expertise, which is good. I mean, not even if you have that much issues with an escort, because they're quick, nimble, and fast. And this one overall, I'd say actually speed-wise, it is goddamn pretty quick, and it feels like it shouldn't be feeling like that, but it does. Again, you have all your ones here. Again, pause if you want to. So then, I always have this attached because it goes on my auxiliary power, giving me a critical chance. So the Temporal, I'm not even going to disentanglement suite. So yeah, again, have a quick read. The main one, I'll read out the main ones, which gives me the plus 5 auxiliary power settings, a 25% maximum shield capacity, plus 0 to 2.5% critical chance based on auxiliary power, which is fantastic, and a plus 0 to 10% critical severity, again based on auxiliary power for 3% shield resistance. Again, you can read all of these at a pause of a button. So the next one I have is the binaural infusion circuits, but I mainly use it for the severity that you have there. It does give the plus 28.1 starship hull capacity, which is fantastic. It gives you the control expertise, but again, it's just the severity I was actually looking for with that, with plus 25%. So obviously it's a lot higher than just plus 25. And again, you can just pause if you want the sets for these. Obviously set 2 actually would be pretty good, because it does give me that extra disruptor damage, but I'm not too bothered about that. So over here I have the 0-point energy conduit. This is from the Romulan Reputation. I will actually say that this is the binary circuit is actually from the C-Store. These are from missions. This is from a C-Store. Again, I think that's from a mission as well. But getting back to this, okay, it gives a 2.2 power to all subsystems with a plus 24.6 Starship Drain expertise. Not too bothered on that, because I normally use other forms of science abilities. But it gives you the plus 2.2% critical chance, which is again what I'm looking for. So actually, to be honest, I don't actually know why I have this one on. What is the critical chance? It's actually quite low. The critical chance is actually quite low, so what I do actually need to do is, and I don't actually have another one at the moment, is grab another disruptor chance console. So for the moment, let's slip that on just for the moment so I can get rid of that, I don't need it. So yeah, so you've got this one, gives the plus 9.4 critical severity with the standard 37.5% disruptor damage. They're all disruptor damage, so it all gives that 37.5, but the critical chance ones will give the 1.9 critical chance. Okay, so let's have a look at the quick masteries. So I have used this a lot, and I don't know why I never ranked it up. I think I stopped using it. So this, obviously, the Starship Masteries gives a plus 5 accuracy rating, with a plus 5 defense for the tier 2. Then for tier 3, it gives you a plus 10% kinetic energy damage, and 10% energy damage. Sorry, I read that all at once. And then you have a 2.5% critical chance once you've unlocked this, which is what will fill out that critical chance right there. So stats wise, accuracy rating, you want to looking for nearest to 100 as possible. Obviously it is completely possible to get it to 100. I just haven't. Your chance, you want to get it to 20 plus, which obviously when that 2.5% comes on in, that will probably just get it over to 20, probably about 20.5 roughly. The critical severity, I'm not actually sure on what the minimum really is. But I can always look that in later, but this is just a little review on the ship, on how well it's going to cope. Defense rating, now it's lower because I am sitting still. Obviously the defense rating is for on how easy or difficult it is for a target to hit you. So as you can see, you want to get that nearer 100 as possible as well. But mine's only up at 85. So you have the hull, you have the resistances all down there, and you have your speeds and your transfer rate. So like I was saying, handling wise, so let's get on to the full review. We'll actually get on to the rest of it now. Handling wise, it's not bad. It's a quick, nimble little ship that attached with the right consoles, you can actually get pretty quick and pretty goddamn hard to target. So let's see what abilities, because I haven't changed the abilities since I first actually started the escort builds. What do I want on here? I know exactly what I want. Got the feedback pulse there. Let's switch that out. Hazards. I think I need. Oh, it's tactical slots, I've got to have it. There's the laced weaponry. No, I'm going to have that laced weaponry. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I've got the temporal operative ones here. Do I have distributed targeting on this? I don't think I do, no. Okay, we'll leave that there for a little bit at the moment. Obviously the damage here will ignore the shield. Scan and volley, delta pattern. Okay, we'll leave it like that at the moment. Yeah, we'll leave it like that, definitely. Okay, so let's just quickly sort this out. Yes, yes. 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 And yes. That's grand, that's smashing. What I want is that one for definitely execute. That's okay. There. Except for that one. Let's pop that on. Oop. Didn't mean to do that. Ignore that. Let's just, should we warp to sector? Yeah, let's warp to sector. Let's warp to sector. Okay. So, yes, you can buy this shit from the C-store. Oh, see, you do buy it with real money. Which gives you the slightly weaker version. And when I say weaker, to be honest, I think it is just difference is just hull capacity, and that's really just it. So as you can see, this is the fleet, so it'll have a stronger hull capacity. So if you can, definitely just go and get the fleet version if your fleet is strong enough to get it, which shouldn't be too far, because I think it's actually one of the first you actually unlock when upgrading your shipyard. So let's just go to this. Let's hope and pray. Yes, it's here. That's fantastic. Do hate that little glitch where it disappears, and it's still there, but you can't actually get to it. So let's go and say hello to the Borg, shall we? Everybody loves to go say hello to the Borg. Come on. I get a bit impatient, I know. Loading screens. They were supposed to be a thing of the past, but here they are. Such fun with them. Okay. It's taking its time. There might be quite a few people in here, actually. Or there might not be anyone in here at all. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a pain, because it's going to be very short for him. So, weapon-wise, yes, these are level 30s. Yes, I have got a tier 6 ship, so it does a lot more damage. You know, it can take quite a bit more. We need that to activate. Because there's not really anyone here. Come on. Spawn me some enemies. Obviously, having those turrets, you can hit a 360 degree. But as you can see, it doesn't have that much issue getting rid of people. Again, like I said, it's level 30. It's only a level 30 encounter. I absolutely hate that. Where is it? You can activate when I want you to next time. As you see, even at the back with those turrets, it still does damage. There we go. But it is handling not quite nicely. If there was more people in this encounter, things would be a little bit better, because there'd be more things for me to shoot at. Ah, and we have a cube. Prime target. There we are. Just one volley, which is pretty good. So as you can see, nice little, quick little ship. And yeah, I have some slightly beefing out abilities, which you can add to it. Obviously, there are stronger builds out there as well, but I've never suited this up to a ship. It's always just been a PvE, which you can be a lot more relaxed with. And that's that one. So we've only got one more wave left, and then we're good to set home again. Oh, and what do we have? Another cube. So obviously with this ship you can also set these. I like to use the defensive configuration because it gives you the incoming hull healing, and the 10 plus 10 max shield. Dangerous level when your weapons actually target a torpedo instead. Okay, so on an escort, your shields aren't normally the strongest. They're basically one of the weaker sections. So your shields can be taken down quite a bit, but it's just a pain with the ball where they zap your shields just like that. And if you've noticed, it doesn't always work the same way with us. Obviously, the higher the... Oh, we've got another one. Okay. The higher the auxiliary power, the more your energy drain systems will work. But being an escort, I'm just going for that solid pound. Obviously, if you do find that when you're using an escort that your abilities aren't working as great as well, what we'd probably recommend is have a look at your skill tree. Because your skill tree is going to be giving out a lot of what you're doing. So with my skill tree, what I have is I have everything to benefit basically a tactical officer. So I have the accuracy, I have the shield penetration. So have a look at your skill tree if you find that it isn't being too effective. Again, like I said, this is only level 30 D-Toast encounter from the beta quadrant, so it's not going to be that difficult at all. But yeah, obviously on stuff like your PvEs, it works just as well. I mean, I don't often use this ship for the PvEs really anymore because I have got some quite nice escorts that I like to use. But at the moment, I'm actually using the Temporal light cruiser because, like I said at the beginning of the video, I am quite a fanatic for the older looking ships, and I really do like them. Cavalry. Oh. So, as said, this is all a destructor build, so it may look like phases, but there are absolutely no phases here. I actually got this comment last night on my Temporal light cruiser on why have I got phasers mixed with disruptors, because they didn't know that I had disruptor beams on my light cruiser, which is okay. Not everybody does. You know, there are some aspects, there's probably a lot of aspects of this game that I don't know about. I don't claim to know everything, and you know, it's fun to learn while you're going. I'm the type of person that if someone says they're an expert, I'm just like, nah, not at all. Because there's always new aspects of the game. So that's always quite interesting. Also, I do have stuff like feedback abilities on this as well. Boom! Little escort doing what they're built to do. Dish out the pain and run away. Next probe. And unlike the person with me, by the looks of it, he possibly may have plasma mixed with others. But of course there are disruptor beams. If he's got full disruptors, there are disruptor beams that actually look like plasma beams as well, which are the nano disruptors. But as far as the review goes on this, it's a lovely little ship, and obviously you do have that customization of making it look like the 26th century escort, or keeping it like this, and personally I like it like this more. I think it's missing something, because it looks quite flimsy. But it's not, obviously. Again, they're not going to give me that much trouble around here though. So let's just pop back to Earth's space dock. Go, give a quick little transwarp. Wait for the loading screen. Now, obviously, just like escorts, they are a pretty small little ship. Not as small as the pilots, I believe, but it's still a pretty size-wise, so if you're someone who likes a big mighty ship, maybe this isn't the way to go. There's plenty of other ships which are bigger and can be just as strong, especially when it comes to tanking as well. But as you can see on this one, it was quick, nimble, and it's really enjoyable to use. I would say it's one of my top 5 escorts to use. Oh, what are you? Nope, not Temporal escort, just a cruiser. But yeah, so that was my review for the escort. I would say if you're looking for an old-time looking escort, definitely go with this over the other escorts. You have got the NX class, but obviously that's a little bit earlier than the original series, so obviously it won't look the same. But I will also be doing a full review on the NX escort as well, but my opinion is strong ship is. The NX does not have the fleet version of it, so which makes it a little bit of a bummer. Yeah, so that's my review on this little girl. I will be shortly doing another one, probably on the Temporal Light Cruiser now, because I absolutely adore that ship. It is my absolute favourite, and it packs one heck of a punch. So until then, I'll log on in just a second. Until then, catch you soon.